Hey, what's up, everybody? This is GeekyAviseq's once again here from Dallas, Texas. Today is the October 9th, and I just got this in my packaging. So, this is the Amazefit BIP smartwatch. The reason I'm doing this review today is because this watch was on sale from Best Buy for $60 a couple of weeks back. This is the lowest price that I have seen for this watch being sold from a legitimate source. Yeah, of course, you could get this for around 60-65 from some of the websites that are based out of China, but there's a risk involved. And when I saw that this was available from 20 for this watch goes for $80, when I saw that this was only $59.99 at Best Buy, I jumped on it. So the reason why I'm intrigued about this watch is because this watch claims to have a 30-day battery life, also has an always-on display. It's a built-in GPS, built-in accelerometer. I got this today in the mail, and I'm gonna open this up. Before I open this up, let me talk about some of the specifications. So the display size is a 1.28 inches trans-reflective color LCD display. It's a Gorilla Glass coating, so it's not gonna break. The resolution is kind of low. It's 176 and 176 into 176, but on a 1.28 inch screen it's fine. It has a rechargeable 190 milliamp hour battery, which with an astounding battery life of which claims that it will last up to 30 days. The watch is very thin and light. It just weighs about 1.1 ounces. So let's go and dig into this. So this is how the packaging looks. Scan your transparency app. So basically, and then what does it say? Blah blah blah, and then says okay, GPS and long last, multi-sport tracking. You get your notifications, heart rate, long-lasting battery, always on color display, lightweight. So every review that I have looked up about this watch on YouTube, what I have found is that they have nothing, like all of them almost unanimously agreed that it does have 30 days or even better up to 45 days of battery life depending on how you're using. What's funny is some people even said that they lost the charger because they never had to charge this in a while. So I'm gonna just open this. Oh wow, this looks really good. Oh wow, this is how it looks really good. Let me take that apart. The band feels exactly like the Pebble HR2 that I had. And hopefully it will not attract as much lint as the Pebble used to do. There's the back of it. Easy release bands. Let the camera focus. Oh my goodness, that's what you can see. And I think this is the charger. Okay, looks like the charging is how do you put it on? Okay. Maybe this way. Okay, that's how I am thinking. That's how you place it to charge it on the dock. Some manuals and stuff, and that's about it. Let me remove that thing. Press and hold and see if it has any juice left or not. Okay, it did start. Oh, this just reminds me of the Pebble. Let me try and install the app first. Hold on guys, I'm trying to install the app. Hey, so what's up everybody? So I just finished setting this watch up, and what I did was I ended up using this watch for 3 weeks and shooting this part of the video, so I can share my overall experience with the watch while I used it for the last 3 weeks. So I'm gonna show you the settings inside the watch, and then in the next part I'm gonna show you what you can do with the app on your phone. So let's get to it. So to make this watch work, by default the screen is locked, so if you accidentally touch it, it won't change anything. So you have to press the crown once, and you saw that animation, and that means it's got unlocked. Now if you press the now if you go into the menu like swipe, you would be able to see the different options. So status, basically summary of all your things. Since I'm not wearing it, it's not showing the my heart rate, but that's how many steps and your calories and how long have you been sitting. Then comes your activity. That's basically the kind of workouts that you can track. By default it's set to outdoor running, treadmill, cycling, walking, and then your activity history. So basically activity history gives you the summary of the workouts. Do remember that this does have a built-in GLONASS GPS, so if you are running or walking outside, it will spot your track on the map. Then go back again, then weather. So basically the weather, and then you see the tiny arrows on the up and down, so that means there's more information. You can scroll through that. Then Alipay, I've never used it, so I can't speak about that. Then alarm, so you have a list of alarms. The alarms the list of alarms that you see here, you have to set it up through the app on your phone. The only thing that you can do through the watch is basically enable or disable them. And then there's right now I have about like 5 alarms set up. I don't know what's the limit on it, but I was able to set 5 alarms. I'm not sure what's the maximum number of alarms you can add through the app if there is any limitation. Then you have your timer, which basically includes your stopwatch and countdown, and compass, which gives you compass, and then your barometer and altimeter, and then settings, watch faces. So these are the built-in watch faces that comes with it. If you scroll through it, I'm showing you the different watch faces that comes with it. This is the default one. When I unboxed it, this was what the watch was set to, and there's like 7 or 8 built-in watch faces. And the one that I'm currently using, which is this one, I was able to download that for free from the app. Then going back, it's basically long press. So basically you can define what action it will perform if you are holding down the crown. Then your brightness, right now it's set to 2/5, and this is plenty for me. I mean, I have good visibility both outdoors and indoors. This trans-reflective LCD, they did a good job. I mean, the resolution is kind of low, but it's not to a point where you find it difficult to read in terms of brightness or contrast, or even the text. So then let me go back all the way. So then the brightness adjustments. Then you have basically your find device, so it will make your phone vibrate and it will help you find your phone. Then the firmware version and the Bluetooth version, and then your factory reset, and then you can turn it off. So that's pretty much everything that's on the watch. If you notice right now, it's actually backlit. So that's the beauty of this. So now the backlit turn off. So this saves a lot of battery power, and at the same time, this is kind of like a fake always on display. So I mean, I love it. I mean, it's so much easy to read the watch, even outdoors, and in indoors it is already backlit. So every time you move the watch and it senses, it will automatically turn the backlit on. So there's no problems in reading the watch while you are outdoors or indoors, or whether you are in a sunny place or you are in dark. Now let me show you the app. So the app that you use for this watch is the Amazefit bip. So right here, as you can see, it says Amazfit. So if you click on that, let me open it up. So the first page on that app basically gives you the same summary that's on the status. So your step counts and your daily summary. and then if you are walking or if you're running, so that's what your built-in GPS comes in handy. It will actually show your path on the map or cycling. And then you have another tab down in the bottom which says friends. So basically you can add your friends and share your statistics and view at their statistics and summary. And then you have profile. So profile is where you have most of the settings and the device. So it shows that under my devices I have the Amazefit bib. So it's 56%. It was charged 8 days ago, which is pretty good. And then you have similar settings. So you have watch face settings. So basically this is where you need to go and you can change your watch face, or you can download new watch faces. There's quite a few of them, but I am so far happy with the one that I have. And then you have some other settings where you can automatically unlock your phone screen if you're wearing the watch or it's near you. Then there's the different kinds of alerts that you can set for incoming calls or even reminder. And so this is for the alarm. So right here I have like 4 of them, and you can edit those here or you can add more there. And then under the app alerts, so basically lets you choose the different apps which you want the notification to be seen on the watch. So basically you can select any app that's installed on your phone. And then idle alerts, that's basically if you're stationary and not moving for a while, the watch will actually vibrate and give you signs, just like the other fitness watches does. And then you hit more, you have little bit more options here, like setting up the alert for incoming SMSs. Then goal notification. So basically what goal notification does is, once you reach your goal, suppose you set your goal to 8,000 steps or 10,000 steps, whenever you reach that goal, the watch just shows a banner. So it's kind of similar to what Fitbit does. And then disconnection reminder, if you turn that on, basically what it does is, when you move too farther away from the watch, where the watch and the phone will lose its Bluetooth connectivity, it will automatically send you a reminder. And then you have find watch. So basically what you can do is, the same way you can find your phone from the watch, you can do the reverse here. You can find your watch through the phone. Basically when you click on find watch, it will make the watch vibrate and it will discoverable. Basically it also means that you are able to find the watch. And then band location lets you tune whether you are planning to wear the watch on your left hand or right hand. And then heart rate detection. So you have a couple of options. So in the detection method, you can do automatic, and then you have sleep assistant, and then automatic and sleep assistant. And once you click on that, okay, that's all, sorry. And then the other option that you have on there is a detection frequency. So you have choices of the continuous heart rate monitor being set up from every minute to 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 30 minutes. So I have just set it up to 30 minutes. And then you have find phone ringtone. So basically what you can set is how the phone will ring if you are looking for your phone using the watch. And then some shortcut settings. So what this does is, the order in which you saw the menus coming up on the watch face is based on how you set them up here. And then let's see, display settings is also the same. Like when I showed you the watch, it started with status, workout, weather, and all that option. So this is, if you can move and change the order and edit and add or remove options from the watch face from there. But I was happy with whatever was the default, so I haven't even needed to change anything in there. And then it has the weather settings. So basically it gives you you can set, it automatically detects your location from the GPS and shows the weather. And then you have your firmware version and Bluetooth address. Other than that, if you come back, there is this is where you in this screen you set up your goals, your records, behavior records will basically show you how you have been doing on your activity summary kind of a thing. And then you can add more accounts, and then you have some options for feedback. What is the smart analysis? Yeah, smart analysis basically does your your sleep analysis and shows you more details about that. I'm gonna just in a second show you that. And then you have some other settings. So by default, what will do is, it will show a notification that the watch is connected, or this app is running and the watch is connected to your phone. So you have to keep that on. You can hide the notification. and there are some options for updates in the units. um, Now let me show you my sleep analysis, so in bit detail. So this is how your sleep shows up. So basically it gives you an overall score for your sleep, and then it gives more details like deep sleep, light sleep, and the time that you are awake. And then it tells me that my deep sleep hours is very less. And then there are some more things like, sleep regularity. There's lots of details compared to similar users, how I would even feel. So there's lots of things that it shows. And if you hit on the history, it's basically gives you like the average of each day you have worn the watch, and how you have slept, when you have fallen asleep, when you woke up, and the amount of hours you had deep sleep, light sleep, and the time you were awake, which I think is pretty good. I mean, this is amazing, the amount of detail that goes into the sleep tracking. And then similar stuff with the heart rate, like it will show you the heart rate zones that you are in. So basically, if you are into high intensity cardio training or HIIT, you can actually use this watch to do that interval stuff. And then weight is basically what you log, and then the running one will show you the details, how I've been running with the GPS and stuff like that. And yeah, and then your weekly, your daily averages or summaries for the week. So that's all, guys. So that's what's on the app. Since this watch is also made by a company called Humani, they also make all the fitness bands and smartwatches for Xiaomi. So the Amazefit app also works, and it looks exactly the same. You can use either of the two app, but I prefer the Amazfit app. All the options are the same. Now coming to my overall impressions about the watch, that I have used this for 3 weeks. What I'm going to tell you. So if you look at the other reviews, they're going to all tell you they are mostly positive about this watch. They tell you that the battery life is incredible. So my experience is that the battery life of 30 days, they claim that the battery life is going to be 30 days. That claim is dependent on how many notifications you receive per day. So I get a lot of notifications. So for me, this watch lasted about 3 weeks, or a little less than 3 weeks. So it more about 20 days or 18 days, and then I had to charge it. When I turned off some of the notifications, then I was actually able to get close to, I think I should be able to get close to 30 days or even more, depending on, when I had it for 5 days with all the notifications turned off, it was still at 95% battery. But if everything turned on, and depending on how many notifications that I get daily, so for me, I get about 20 days, 15 to 20 days, in that range. So remember that this is not a full-fledged smartwatch, because it doesn't have a microphone, it doesn't have a speaker. You won't be able to control, like there's no voice commands through the watch. There's no way to answer or make a call or answer a call through the watch. You can only accept or reject the call, because that comes up on the display. The other thing that I had noticed is the accuracy of the step count is not that great. So even if I'm sitting on my couch and watching TV and I'm using the remote, it will track my hand movement as a step, and suddenly I'll get that banner showing, oh, my goal is complete, because I've been moving my hand and it's reading that as a step that I have taken. So when it comes to the heart rate monitor, yesterday when I was at the doctor's office instrument measured 69 and this measured 72, which I think is pretty close, but the distance and the step count is kind of a little bit off. It's not super off, but you have to take it as so if you're looking into something more serious for your workouts, tracking that, I would say, look for something like a Garmin, because that will give you a more accurate step count. Even Fitbit is not very accurate. It will register your hand movements as steps, but it has to be, for Fitbit, it's a little bit more pessimistic that you have to have a full hand swing before. This is very optimistic. So if you are one of those people who doesn't want to walk or work out a lot, it will show you a much higher step count than what your actual step count is, so you will be happy about that. But overall, as a fitness tracker, I got this for $60. I mean, this is a major go for me. I mean, I haven't able to find any other fitness tracker or any other smartwatches that has a battery life or that offers so much bang for the buck for the price. So this is definitely a major go. It's very thin, light, very comfortable to wear. The display is pretty good. In every situation you would be able to read the display in every situation, be it outdoors or indoors, dark or it's super bright. So it works. It has some clever things like locking the display by default and holding down the crown to unlock it and then go through that. So it's pretty much very good. There are, however, some cons. One is the inaccuracy of the readings, if you care about those. The second thing that I noticed was, when it comes to firmware upgrades, it takes a while for it to update. So, and there is not a choice for you where you can choose to update your watch at a later point in time. If the app denotes there is an update available, firmware update available for your watch, it just starts installing it, and it could take you about 15 or 20 minutes for that update to finish. And what's scary about that is if you interrupt that process somehow, you can actually ruin your band forever. I don't know if there is a way to reflash or anything. And the same thing happened to me a few years back when I used to have an MI fitness band. I interrupted the software update, and I mean, I didn't intentionally do it. It was an emergency. A call came through and I had to answer it, and the firmware update process got interrupted, and then the fitness band just died on its own. I mean, I was able to flash it back, but ever since that happened, there were many things that were off on that fitness band. It stopped tracking my sleep, then it stopped tracking my steps, and then finally it died. It stopped tracking everything, and then it stopped even charging. So I was just a little scared when it did this to me. It started updating, and I had to interrupt the update because I had to use my Google Maps because I was driving somewhere, and in the middle of that it started updating and lost connection between the watch and the phone. And but fortunately, when I was at home, I retried it, and the update went through, but it took longer, about 15 or 20 minutes. And remember, once the update starts, the watch is not usable anymore, so it will just show firmware update on progress screen and everything else stops working. So that's another thing to watch out for. I don't know if it will happen again or not, but those are the two cons that I basically, 2 or 3 cons that I basically found about this. It's not, if you're looking for a full-fledged smartwatch, this is not. You cannot make calls, you cannot talk to the watch, you cannot make payments. But if you are looking for something like a fitness tracker, then this watch does everything that probably Fitbit does. Well, you cannot swim wearing this. It's rated IP68, but I wouldn't even shower or wash my hands with that because I don't trust those ratings. I wouldn't personally, because I don't want to ruin that. So it takes only a couple of seconds to take this off from your hand. But overall, this is like, if I don't think there is any other watches or any fitness band that I can recommend which comes in the same price range with a similar set of functionality or which works so well. So if you are looking for a smartwatch, or you're looking for a fitness tracker, you want something basic, like for me, my primary usage is being able to see my notification, and this does it great. And the added features of tracking my fitness, sleep, steps and all that is a bonus. So if you're looking for something basic and you don't want to spend like $300-400 on an Apple Watch or a Samsung Watch or any other of the Garmin watches, which are very expensive, yeah, given they have a lot of other features, but remember, all those watches don't last on a single charge. They never last so many days or even a month on a single charge. So if you are into that kind of thing, definitely go for it. But if you don't want to spend that much and you just want to see how it goes, then definitely this is a good watch to buy. And I would say Amazefit did a good job. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. As you know that all my videos are unscripted, impromptu and mostly unedited. So I buy things, and it's not, nobody is sponsoring me for doing these reviews. I buy your device, I then publish how I feel about it for you guys to check it out, how the device would be. It's my honest opinion, how I felt about this device. And so sometimes, you would see a little bit of the video is not shot in the proper way, or you may dislike something. So keep giving your support, subscribe to my channel, like my videos, leave your comments, positive comments, and I will try to incorporate them and keep in mind when I shoot my next videos. Alright guys, so signing off this time, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay healthy, stay fit, and I'll see you back. Bye.